want to talk to you about the housing, the service coordinator in multifamily housing grant, and the construction component. So very rarely do we actually get a grant that provides construction expenses. But luckily for us, this grant provides construction costs as an eligible expense. So just as a reminder, the service coordinator in multifamily housing grant is for multifamily owners with a Section 202, a Section 236, a Section 221D3, project-based Section 8 housing that is designated for the elderly, which is 62 years old or older, residents who are at 62 years old or older, and also residents who are under the age of 62 years old, but they are disabled. So the multifamily owners that has a property type, like one of the developments that I just listed, and the property is designated to serve those two population groups, or one or both, is eligible for the service coordinator in multifamily housing grant. Now, a lot of times the development does not yet have private office space. So HUD is allowing an applicant to request up to $105,000 to lease, buy, renovate, rehabilitate, convert a space to a private office space, and create private office space. So you can request $105,000 to do that. So HUD is asking for, or I should say, there are two different categories that you will actually be in. If you already have private office space, then you're great. So if you already have private office space, that's also ADA compliant, based on the fact that one of the population type are disabled people, then you will need this private office space to be ADA compliant with all of the disability features that disabled people will need. So if you already have the space, you can provide a floor plan in your application, and definitely make sure that you describe your floor plan and let HUD know that this is a private and confidential office space. It meets ADA compliance, and that it also meets a minimum of the 350 square foot of space. They do not want you to have private office space that's actually less than 350 square foot. So that is the minimum. If you already have space, great. Just explain your space, provide a drawing, illustration, some sort of mock-up of what your space looks like, and make sure it's ADA compliant, and also that it's a minimum of 350 square foot. If you do not have space, then you can rent space, rent or lease, you can buy, you can build space, so that's really good. Now, if you're going to do that, you have to describe that you're going to do that, and also provide a cost estimate up to the $105,000. Now, post-award, as a condition of the award, if you propose in your application that you will need to create space, then HUD is going to determine if you should do an environmental review. If you are going to do an environmental review, which you don't know now, HUD will have to evaluate how you intend to provide the space and determine if you will need an environmental review. So you want to now budget for an environmental review in your grant application. You need to put it in your budget. And also post-award, they want you to have 3 cost estimates from independent contractors showing what the cost will be to do what you're proposing to do. So what you're proposing to do, you're either going to convert current space that you have into private confidential office space that has ADA compliant and is a minimum of 350 square feet. So if you're converting space into that, they want you to explain to them what you're doing and provide a cost estimate. If you are building something, the same thing. Explain what you're doing and provide a cost estimate. If you're going to renovate space, maybe you have something, but you need to paint, you need to put up walls, you need proper lighting, you need some ADA features, you need to explain what you're doing and provide a cost estimate. So either you have space, which is great, but if you do not have space, then you can request up to $105,000 to provide confidential office space so that your service coordinator that you will hire can work with the residents in a private setting, a setting that's ADA compliance that will meet their needs if they have disabilities, and so that you can provide that case management and that service coordination for them in a professional, ADA compliant, proper space, enough space to move around for the wheelchairs and crutches and walking sticks and all the things that disabled people will need, that the space is large enough, ADA compliant, and in addition to that, that the space is private and confidential to have those personal discussions. So just wanted to let you know that there is some construction money in this budget, so make sure to put it in the budget if you do need to create office space for your service coordinator and the residents to meet.